so what we're going to do here today is give a demonstration on how to put together an APA style essay and do it correctly. And some of you may have written an APA style paper before, some of you may not. How many of you have done an APA style? Okay, most of us, which is good. So you'll have a little bit of familiarity to it. And some of the things in looking at and talking about writing an APA style paper, first of all, some general rules is that you do not want to write this in first person. Okay, this is not a personal reflective essay. And so there shouldn't be I think, I feel, any of those types of things. You should write this as a third person, kind of as an outside perspective. So if you're going to be talking about cyberbullying, you want to approach this as kind of an outside person presenting this information in an appropriate way. And so that's a common thing that I find. So understanding, approaching this differently than just a personal reflection. So there should be no I's or we's as we go through this. Obviously you have to use some references, some resources as you're going through and writing this paper. Be sure that you're not, my purpose here is not for you just to find a bunch of resources and talk about the resources. And that's a common error that I see. So we'll go pull off from the Journal of Internet Safety, and we will find an article on internet safety, and for 2 pages you go on and on writing about this article. Okay, that's not really what we're going for here. I'm not looking for an annotated bibliography where you are writing about articles. What I'm wanting you to do is to use the articles to make your points. Okay, so as you make statements throughout this essay, that you are going to back those statements by the articles you found. Now, it might be okay, in different spots to talk about, to say that Smith and Timmons studied internet safety and found that 67% of students have whatever, okay? And that's an appropriate thing. You may talk a little bit about what they did or how they did it, but the point here is not to put together 7 different references and then just talk about those. What I want you to do is write an essay about the topic and use those references as kind of the building components and the justification for why you're saying what you're saying. Does that make sense? Any questions there? Okay, so then as we get to put together this essay, I'm just going to flow through what you see on the screen here and just give you kind of some examples here on things that I find commonly that are incorrect in terms of putting together this paper. First of all, your first page of your essay should be a title page. I'm not super concerned about what exactly is on the title page because you'll see different things. You can just search title page in APA, but obviously have the title of the essay, have your name, Fort Hays State University. You can have the class, text 290, and the date. Okay. Standard information on the title page. You do not need an abstract. The abstract is kind of the paragraph that you might find at the beginning that gives a synopsis on what this essay is about. You do not need an abstract for this particular essay. So the first page should be the title page. The second page is going to come back and be the first page of your content, if you will. Now, when putting together an APA style paper, formatting is very important and you should follow the formatting rules. There is a full APA manual, looks like this, that goes through and highlights all of the specifications on writing an APA style paper. I don't expect you to go out and buy one of those. If you're going on to graduate work, it's worth your investment, but at this point in time, you don't need to. There are a lot of great resources on the web, and I'm going to share those with you as we go along. But there's some great resources out there that will give you the information that you need. Otherwise, at the library, you can check this out, or you can look at it in the library. They're not going to let you check it out. But it goes through all the kind of technicalities and things I'm going to share with you today. So let's start here with properly formatting an APA style paper. Okay. So in this case, on the first page here, the first page is going to be what again? Okay, the title page, and you're going to have the basic title page information there. Go ahead and center all of the title page information and have that on there throughout here.
Does that count on a length requirement?
No, it does not. Okay, so your essay is going to be 5 to 6 pages of contents. That does not include the title page or the references page. Okay, good question though. So when you get done putting your information on the title page, you're going to hit return. Now, first of all, what I'm going to do before I start is do a Control A to highlight everything, to highlight all, and I'm going to change my font to Times New Roman and 12 point. Everything in this essay should be Times New Roman, 12 point font. I'm going to go to the paragraph here, and I'm going to change, notice here, my line spacing should be what? Okay, it's a standard double space throughout the whole thing. Then also notice here, under spacing before and space after, it's important that both of those are at 0. By default, Microsoft Word typically puts a space after, and what that does is after you write a paragraph and you hit return for the next paragraph, it's going to add 8 points of space in between your paragraphs. You do not want that. It should be a consistent double spacing throughout, so there should be no extra space between your paragraphs as compared to from line to line. Okay, so as you're going through and you're writing and you hit return and start on another line, look and glance and make sure that you don't see any extra space there as compared to what was between line and line. But that's where that is. So then hit OK there, and that'll get us here. So on page 2 then, or when I'm getting ready to write my information, I'm going to do a Control Enter, and this gets me to my second page. At the top of my second page here, I'm going to put the title, first letter capitalized title in the center. Okay, then I'm going to hit return one time. Again, it should be standard double spacing, and then I'm going to go to a left justified and tab, and I'm going to start the essay. What's wrong with my essay? First person. Okay, start the essay here, and you'll move forward. Okay, now this kind of just gets us the beginning points, but there are a few more things that we need to do, such as, okay, we need a header on the paper. Okay, so we go up here and we go to Insert, Header. Over here on the right, you'll see Insert Header. Now, Microsoft Office has all these incredibly cool looking design headers. Okay, they look fancy, they look great, but all incorrect for this type of essay. You want the standard, boring. In this case, we can use the 3-column guide here for what's going to go into your header information. All right, so as we go through, what goes on the right side? Page number goes over here. So I'm going to go click on that, and you're going to go Insert, and you'll see here's a page number option under Insert in the header area, page number. And because I already highlighted where I want it, I'm just going to put it in the current position because I already identified this is where I want it. So it's automatically going to put it there. In the middle, you don't need anything, so you can delete that one. On the left, you should have the title of your essay. Now, I've given you a reference material that you can use here to see within Blackboard when you go to your assignments. And we'll go all the way to the essay, appropriate use essay. You'll see it within the list. There's an APA corrected sample pages. This is a free listing out of the APA manual that shows you what to do here in terms of your formatting. So use this as a reference. You'll notice on the title page, what we include is running head in lowercase, or R is capitalized, and then the title in all caps. That's on the first page. The second page, though, our first page of content, what is not there? Running head is no longer there. Okay, so we have a different setup for what's on the first page versus the second page. Why did they do that? I'm sure there's a good reason. I don't know, but that's what they've done, and so we have to make it correct that way. All right, so we're going to have in all caps the title of our essay. I'm working on page 2 here, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in all caps Title of the essay, right there. Now, what's wrong with this? Look close and tell me what's wrong.
Need to put here.
Okay. No? Okay, good. The font that it put by default in the header was the Calibri, or whatever your font happens to be. So you need to make sure after you put the insert header that you come back and highlight that and go back to home and change this. Notice that it's Calibri. I need this to be Times New Roman at 12-point font. Very common mistake that I find is you put the header in there and then you forget, hey, I need to come back and make everything Times New Roman standard 12-point font. Yes?
I finally noticed that the title of the essay in the middle is on every page.
No. On mine?
On
The example?
On the example, yeah.
No. That's the header right there. Okay. On every page you will have the header, but the title. So you're gonna have your title on your title page up here, but then you're also gonna have the title on the first page of content, which would be page 2. But then after that, no more. All right. So now we need to get to, because on my first page, what do I need in my header? I need running head. So I'm gonna click up here, and so in order to do that, when we go, click on your first page and running header. And notice here up in this, and this is Word 2013, but I believe it was the same in 2007 and Word 2011, that you have a box right here that says different first page. This allows me to make a different first page. And so now I can come back and put the information that I want. So in this case, I want running head with an R capitalized, and then title of the essay there on the left. If I tab over 2 times, it will take me to the right position, and I can go here to my header and footer. I need to insert the page number again on this first page in the current position. And then once again, come back, highlight all this, and make it Times New Roman 12. Okay? So now, we get back to where we are, you'll see, so page 1, the title page, I have running head, title of the essay, page number over on the right. Page 2, I have just title of essay there. All right, so that's how you create the header with the page number, and make it so that what's on the title page is different than what's on page 2. And so then as you go through, you're going to start writing. Obviously, you're going to have a tab, indent over the 0.5 with every one of those.